How's it going, guys? I'm Justin.
I'm Jody.
And we are Board Game Perspective.
So today we are going to take a look at games that we've been playing in October at this point. Some of the games he's played, some of the games he hasn't played. We've had some friends coming over and helping us play tests and play games while he goes and edits and does all the photography stuff. So he hasn't played all these games, but he's played a handful. So we're going to just talk about some games that we played.
Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to start it off with Wingspan. Alright, so this is one of the few that I did play this in the last month, in October. Wingspan is, of course, a card-driven engine building game designed by Elizabeth Hargraves, Stonemaier Games. One of the most popular games of 2019. So really big time game that I got to play for the second time. I've only gotten to play it twice actually. But
and of course it's pretty. You got all kinds of different birds. I'm pretty sure every card is a different bird. They've got they had a European expansion out, and I think that it just came out recently or on the verge of coming out, Oceania expansion. So lots of fun stuff. I'm a sucker, as you all know, for components, so I really enjoy all of the different colored eggs. I have fun. I'm always the one that at the end of the game tries to just get a bunch of eggs on the bird cards. I just love doing that. And this has a lot of great components. It comes with a bird feeder, where you roll your dice. You throw the
bird feeder dice tower.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Couldn't find my words. So you're taking different actions. You're laying eggs. You're playing bird cards, trying to get the most points. And this one is definitely a keeper. I don't think this will ever leave our board game collection.
For sure.
So,
I think it'll be around for a while.
I really like it. 2 thumbs up. It's a great game. Always have fun playing it, and whenever we bring it out to play with our friends and family, they always love it too.
Yeah. So that's it. That's Wingspan.
Alright, so next up on the list is a new one that we got recently, and I really like it. This one Justin has not played, but I'm going to get him to play it sometime soon because it's a fun one. So this is the second one in the West Kingdom trilogy, so Architects being the first one. I actually think I like this one better than Architects. I know some people like this one better, some people don't. But I happen to like this one better. You played Architects before, so I'm really curious to see which one you like better. So we're definitely going to play it because we also have Viscounts of the West Kingdom that's going to be coming up here shortly, so stay tuned for that one. But this is a nice worker placement game. Everyone has their own player board where they're placing workers and taking actions, and then there's a main player board in the middle. I really love this game. It's solid. It's awesome. And I love building out my little red outposts onto the main board. There's just so many things you can do. So many different strategies. You saw the picture of the board with the wall on top of the board with. Yeah, you were taking some pictures of that.
I took the picture. I took that
But
picture.
yeah, I enjoy making the wall, and it's so cool how it, especially when you build it up almost completely, you have a nice little wall on top of your board. It's just so cool. So, and you have a paladin that helps you every round, so you get a different paladin. That's going to give you different benefits, and there's different ways you can increase your faith, strength, and influence, which could get you points at the end of the game. I really like this game a lot, and I'm excited to get this one to play shortly. So, that's Paladins of the West Kingdom.
I love this game!
You will.
Next game on the list is another one I haven't played.
But you will.
But I will, apparently. So we're talking about the Grimm Forest, and this is by Druid City Games and designed by Tim Eisner. So tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, so this one is going to be great to play with some of our family friends that have kids and stuff. It has hidden movement where you are trying to get different resources, but but your opponents don't necessarily know which resource location you're going to. So there's that hidden movement aspect. But you are family members of the famous Three Little Pigs, and you are trying to you're in a house building competition where you're trying to be the first one to build three houses, whether it's straw, brick, or wood. And it's cool because this game has the different components where you can you start with the floor, then you put up the wall, and then you put up the roof. It's really fun building them. You had fun taking pictures of them.
So that's the one thing I can speak to about this game is that the components were very photogenic, and some of those photos are probably flashing up on the screen as we're speaking here, but definitely a very impressive production in this game. So did the play match the production though?
So it's a lighter game. I tend to like some heavier games. That's why I think you might like this one, because it's a little bit lighter and it's more just like hang out.
It's dumbed down for me.
No, it's just
that's what she was saying.
No, it's just more like a good hangout game. Playing, you got the hidden movement thing. You're trying to just build some houses, but I just want to show you guys real quick. It also has, speaking of production, it comes with game trays, so you have really nice inserts for all this stuff. So all the components come in all these different inserts, and it packs perfectly. I love good organization. And also comes with a lot of miniatures, and you got the big bad wolf in here. And yeah, so it's just overall an amazing production. And if you have, kids, this is a great family weight game to get on the table and just have fun. This is definitely a good one. So recommend this. This is the Grimm Forest.
Coming up next is
Mice and Mystics.
Mice and Mystics. So this is a cooperative kind of adventure game where you're trying to travel through a castle. You're playing as a bunch of mice cooperatively, so it is a teamwork kind of a thing where you're trying to get through the castle while not getting caught by all the minions, such as rats and centipedes and spiders and
cockroaches,
all those kind of things. So really interesting and fun game. It's also story based, so there's different chapters that you can play through. So it's really cool to kind of follow through the story, and the theme of it is really, really quite fun.
Yeah, and you got this cheese wheel where if the cheese fills up, then it triggers a surge, and it's not a good thing, but it's kind of, I like the way they did it with the cheese wheel. It's kind of a cool concept. But the mice are so cute. Prince Colin with his little sword. Yeah, the miniatures in this are really cute. If I were into painting miniatures, this would be a fun one with all the different mice. Oh my gosh, they're the cutest things ever. Prince Colin, we got Nez. I can't remember the other mice's names. Maganos, I think. Tilda. Yeah, so it's fun, and you have different rooms that you go into, and you might have to flip tiles to go above ground and then below ground. And like you said, each chapter has different goals that you're trying to achieve. Yeah. So it's fun. We're working through it right now with a friend of ours. Shout out to Dave Kim. What? But yeah, so we're working through this, and yeah, I think it's not like a wow game, but it's a fun game that we're kind of going through.
It's a little challenging because there's a lot of little minutia kind of rules.
I felt like I keep having to look up a little rule here and there. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. But the overall game is...
Yeah, so we're having fun. We'll keep working through it, so.
That's it. Mice and Mystics.
Alright, so next up is Cottage Garden, published by Stronghold Games, designed by Uwe Rosenberg. And this is like a tile laying game where you have your flower bed and you're laying different plants or flower tiles trying to fill up your flower bed. You have different pots you're putting down, or pot tokens and cat tokens, and you're trying to score the most points. And then you have like the nursery in the middle where it has a bunch of different flower tiles where you're going to be moving the gardener dice around in order to pick up the tiles that you want. It's a very pretty game, but I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. It definitely is a light game where, you know, if you're not into really more complex games, this one might be for you. You didn't play this game. You probably wouldn't mind it. I don't think. I mean, you heard the how to play video and did the photos and stuff, and it didn't like jump out at you as much as some other games. Right. So he's probably not gonna play this one. I'm guessing. I'm gonna probably pass this on to a friend, and this probably will not stay in our collection. But it's not a bad game. It's just not one that's like, you know, we have a lot of games, so we have to pick and choose. You know, so.
Otherwise, our house would be completely full. Well.
You know, I always have this dream of having like this huge wall of board games, and you have that ladder that kind of like slides along the wall of board games.
Like
kind
a library.
Yeah, got like those big libraries that you see in movies or rooms or whatever, where you can climb up on and like get your book. Yeah, that's kind of my dream of having a large wall of games where you can climb up and get your game up top there. One day. But anyway, so that is Cottage Garden. Good game, but just not quite for me. And all right, that's Cottage Garden.
And up next on the list is a returnee. So we have actually looked at this one in one of these videos before, and we are bringing it back now. I haven't played it in the last month, but Jody has, so we're talking about it here. That is Reavers of Midgard. Love. We both like this game. I unfortunately did not get to play it recently, but I have played it before. I really, really enjoy it. So tell us a little bit about why you enjoy it.
I just could go on and on. One, the board is beautiful. I just love vibrant colors, and that's all you get in this game. I like games where you can score points different routes. And games where you get a lot of stuff, and you get a lot of stuff in this game. It's just a lot of fun. And the dice, I just love this game. So we went on about it before previous games, so we'll cut it short. But just know that this is a true love.
True love.
This is a good one. You guys need to check it out if you have not played it before.
Reavers of Midgard.
Alright, so next up is a newer-ish game that has come out. So let me show you. It's the Kennu, Obelisk of the Sun. Published by Board and Dice. And then we have the well-known designers Daniel Ticini and David Terzi. Hopefully I said the names correctly. So this game is definitely a crunchy game. Lots of strategy, lots of thinking. So he has not played this, and
I'm trying to avoid it.
I'm trying really hard to get him to play this with me.
I'm actively trying to avoid it.
And yeah, so I need some. Well, COVID's not helping to get my other friends that like crunchy games to play with me. So I'm wanting to get another play-in really, really bad, but I can't get someone to play with me. So work in progress here. You gotta play it at least once. So this game has a lot of stuff going on. Has a lot to do with Egyptian gods. There's different sections of the board related with the different Egyptian gods. And then you have the big obelisk in the middle, which you're going to be rotating, which is going to trigger different rounds. And there's like 2 scoring phases as you rotate. And as you rotate, you're going to be changing the dice, which spots they go into, whether they're pure, tainted, or forbidden. So you're going to be drafting dice, taking some actions. This also comes with a lot of components where you can build pillars, buildings. There's all kinds of fun goodies in there. And after you take your turn, you got to put your why did I do that? Why don't you take that? After you take your turn, you got to put your dice on your scales, and you got to make sure they're balanced. And that's going to help you out with turn order as well. There's just a lot of fun stuff. I enjoy it. I enjoy the thinkiness of it. So very excited to play this again. I really like this game a lot. You had fun taking, well, we both had fun taking pictures of this game because we had our light and created shadows with the obelisk. That was fun. So yeah, make sure to put some photos in there for these people to see the awesome game. So I'm going to get him to play. Maybe next month when we do this, we'll report that he's played this game. Yes. So, yep, so that is a game I really like, Tekenu.
And to close it out for this video, we're going to take a look at Cosmic Colonies from Floodgate Games. Now, this is, as it says right down here, an orbit drafting game of building a home in the stars. And so the mechanisms for this are polyomino tile placement and then some card drafting and things like that. This game was enjoyable for me. This was one that I did get to play and actually won. So I had a lot of fun with that, and yeah, the images and the artwork and all that kind of stuff is really kind of cool. What are some things that you have to think?
So I mean, on your turn, you're going to be collecting resources or placing a building, and you have your asteroid board, and you're trying to cover up a lot of different spaces, because at the end of the game you're going to get points for how many different uncovered spaces you have. So you're trying to cover up stuff, and then there's also other ways you can score points. Like I think you have each person has a private objective card that they're working toward, and if you if you do one of each tile you get 15, or each type of tile you get 15 points. So it's a nice light game. You really like the puzzly polyomino games, we're starting to find out. In addition to your abstract games you love, you really like the polyomino games, it seems. Yeah,
I tend to like that, where I can kind of take a piece and figure out how to fit it on the board and that kind of thing, and make everything kind of, like you said, kind of put together a puzzle of sorts. So
these resources are really cute. So each resource has a different shape and stuff. I like these blue things. I don't really know what they are. I call them these little amoeba things, but the components, I really enjoyed the different resources. Did you like the components?
I thought the components were nice. Yeah, these are cool little pieces that with unique shapes and
lots of tiles here, and of course your player boards. So this is like your player board where you're trying to fill in different spots. So you're trying to cover up a lot of these different.
And there's different levels of things here, where if you fill up this type of square and you have no more of those left showing on the board, then you get 15 points. And so you're kind of trying to figure out, what to cover up or what not to cover up. So it's a cool little puzzle to put together. Yep,
so that is Cosmic Colonies. Fun little pieces. So that's always a nice little benefit. So yeah, so that is Cosmic Colonies. Anything else you got to say about it?
And that's it. So while Jody shows her love for all of her board games, I will just close this out by saying this has been a good month. So we've played a lot of different games, or at least Jody has, and I've played a few. But I want to make sure that you guys know that if you guys are interested in board game photography, go ahead and check out our Instagram page too. It's just @BoardGamePerspective, all one word. So just go ahead and check that out so you guys can see some of the cool photos that we've taken of all these games. Go ahead and scroll through, like everything as you go through there, and tell everybody else about it too.
Yeah, so some of the images that you've seen through this video, Justin has taken, and there's a lot more of each game that we have taken. So definitely check it out, because he's really good at photography and we have fun doing that. And of course, if you want to help us out, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video, and always tell the world about us. Mm-hmm. So that wraps up October games that I have played. So stay tuned for the next one, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.